I'm sick of being negative. I'm sick of wasting my precious life on thinking about things I don't like. And I've always felt like an optimist deep inside of myself, but I've always been tempted by pessimism. And it's so easy to look at things and think about how terrible they are. And it's apparent how bad things are. But what do you want to see in this world? More people contributing to the negative things that are happening, or people that are contributing to positivity and growth and more things that we want to see in this world? And I'm not saying that the two are mutually exclusive, and that if you are into positivity and creating things that you're not aware of what's happening. But to sit and stir in the past or in the way things are can really just like lock you up. And I think there's so many people that are just like frozen. You know, you're frozen in your home, on your desk job, like having a really hard time thinking like what is, trying to get a grip of it all, trying to understand it all. I've always been a person who wanted to understand everything. I wanted to understand people, how systems worked, how businesses worked, and all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, if I would have spent all of that time just pursuing something that I wanted to see in the world, like music or painting or stories, writing, film, whatever, making nice things, making leather wallets that are really nice, that's so much time that can be spent doing that. And I think you become this, it's not cool to be positive. Like at the end of the day, we look at artists and we look at pessimists, you know, people that have a tough time with reality as being honest and as being like the truth. Like, oh, this person who understands how fucked up things are, like they're real. That's real life. And if you ignore that stuff and you don't choose to spend your whole day obsessing with negativity, then you're a cornball or out of touch or something like that. And it's not that at all. There's no choice but to be positive. We don't have any other option. If we all just woke up every day and thought, what's the fucking point? What are we going to get out of that? So I am getting more positive by the day. I'm in a setting right now where I feel that I can control my environment, my time, and establish like what I want to do and what I want out of my life, which allows me to be more positive. It's really hard in certain environments to have that reset. So taking the time and the space and putting a lot of energy into my well-being, my health, my fitness, and creativity and expressions and all that stuff allows me to have this positive outlook. And if you just accept that there is no other way, like acceptance is such a great thing. Because if you can realize the things that you should have acceptance of, all of the thought and the consideration that this shouldn't be this way is gone. You don't spend time obsessing over that stuff anymore. You accept the traffic on the road. You accept the prices of the yogurt. You accept the line that you're sitting in to get a coffee. And that is a relief. That is something that you can just, I don't have to worry about the line. I don't have to be pissed off that there's a line at the coffee shop, because you know what? There's lines at coffee shops. That's reality. That's like being upset that you have to walk. And we are like so lazy now because we have so many luxuries and options where you go, I gotta walk? And it's like, you think anybody in the past, thousands of years ago, thought we have to walk there? It's like before the wheel, there was no other option. So they accepted that they had to walk. They inherently accepted it. And when you embrace things that are difficult for the sake of something positive and putting something out in the world that you want to see, there is so much like weight off your shoulders. Excuse me. There's so much weight off your shoulders when you take the weight of the world off of your shoulders. And now I sound kind of manic and crazy, and this is something that I'm just on now. It's like, instead of trying to have this precise, realistic, understanding perspective on the world and how things are, and look good while doing it and be perfect, I just don't care anymore. I'm just gonna throw up, like, just not throw up, but like just try a bunch of stuff, say a bunch of stuff. I have what's it called? I have discipline. I'm not just off the rails like some Austin comedian asshole. But I'm not afraid to express how I honestly feel, because I know that I respect people. I know that I am not a fucking asshole. So why spend all this time trying to like understand things and trying to have this like quote unquote real existence, or this what I'm trying to say is that the person who is like coins himself as a realistic person, they are often a pessimist, because there is no dreaming, there's no imagination that they have. It's like, you do have to be delusional to do anything, really. It's just like, be a dreamer, be somebody who wants to see cool stuff happen, and then work and do the fucking work to go to that place. Dedicate time and resources and your money, and don't do the things that you don't support. Don't spend your time aimlessly doing things. Spend your time watching things that you relate to. I watch so much amazing stuff on YouTube that I'm just like, this person's doing such a good job. I'm so happy that this is here. And you go on Netflix and you just look at all the dog shit, and like, I, like everybody else, have just watched shows that I'm like, I guess this is all there is, and it's like, it's the worst feeling ever. And I haven't really had any streaming services for a while. I have Criterion Channel, which, if I can get myself to do it, I watch a good old movie that I wish I could do more. But for 30-minute episodic type of stuff, YouTube is awesome. And I really like everything that I am seeing there. So everything that I choose to view and put my time into. So circling back, getting back to the point, I'm looking for that positive stuff. I'm not looking for the negative stuff. I'm not watching things that I have a negative take on. Wow, look at that. Like, I'm not doom scrolling on like rage bait and stuff like that. I doom scroll a little bit like everybody, but it tends to be like I'm scrolling endlessly on things that I like, and it's just like short form, and it's not healthy because I'm not absorbing enough of it. And that's my biggest take on like social media, excluding YouTube, is like your short form. I'm just ripping through it too much to like absorb anything. So I'm trying to spend time on long form stuff, hearing long form things that I relate to that make me feel like I'm not alone. And I'm not a techie or a yuppie or a high earner. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm not that person. And I think a lot of those people are positive because they're in that space. And a lot of people that like work low paying jobs do have a pessimist perspective on things. But I've met a lot of people recently that don't. You know, people that have built this small, kind of simple life that they enjoy.